comments from Coach Quinn?
Well, it's a typical Hockey East game. Usually comes down to the wire and one-goal games and overtime games, and you always like to get 4 points on a weekend after you win the first one on a Friday night. But 3 points is a good weekend in this league, and both teams played hard. I thought give UConn a lot of credit. They block a lot of shots. They compete hard. There were plenty of scoring chances tonight, and so did we. So it was a good college hockey game. And, you want to get 2 points, but getting 3 out of 4 is a good weekend in this league.
They had 7 power plays to your 3, and so
it's nothing new. You look at what's happened this year. We probably have the biggest discrepancy between power plays and penalty count. I can't explain it. I don't want to talk too long about it, but I was looking today. We had 15 power plays going into tonight, playing 7 hockey games. And we're a team that has a puck a lot. So that had nothing. I mean, they played well. They deserved the chances they got. They had a 5-minute major. They capitalized on it, and 4-on-3 goal. So.
And certainly they forced you to take a penalty when it was 4-on-4. That looked like a legitimate penalty.
Right.
So that was a big one.
Yeah, it was a big one. We were just a 50-50 puck up in the air, and we try to grab it and go on offense instead of being safe. And we had a bad decision there, and it cost us a goal. But we had chances. We missed the net a lot. Shot the puck wide, and a bit sloppy at times. But when you don't play well, your opponent has something to do with it too. And you don't want to take credit. You don't want to take any credit away from UConn.
2 nights in a row that Mike Moran scored. What's been working for him?
Well, he's a smart player. He's got some skill. He shoots the puck a ton, and he's a very physical player when he goes to the net. And, happy to see a guy like that get rewarded. He's getting a lot of ice time because he's earning it. He's a guy that we did miss early in the season, and it's good to have him back.
Coming off of a back-to-back, obviously a big win against BC yesterday, do you think fatigue had all played into this game at all, or?
Maybe, maybe physical and emotional fatigue, but hey, nobody cares why. They're not asking what you do last night. Let's take it easy on you. It's you got to play your schedule. Everybody's got challenges in their schedule, and it's the Hockey East game on Friday, Saturday night. We've been doing that for a while now, so I don't think that had anything to do with the outcome tonight or the way we played.
Now, last night, Ati got out of the BC game with an injury. Tonight, he wasn't in the first line. Care to comment on status?
He's day to day. He's getting better. We're optimistic that he'll be ready for Friday night.
Can you talk about Brian Diffley's performance tonight?
Diffley's played very well all year, really. It's nice to see him get rewarded from an offensive perspective. He's a guy that is pretty steady. He's made a transition look a little bit easier than I had envisioned. I knew he was going to be a good player, but he certainly has played an awful lot of minutes. He's a guy that doesn't get rattled. He defends well. He skates well. He keeps it pretty simple. It's good to see a guy like that who's kind of flown under the radar and get rewarded statistically tonight.
After the Olsen penalty, it looked like you guys filtered in a couple guys, Dwayne out on the second line. Were there any sort of major adjustments you guys had to make?
No, you're just trying to figure out which line's going to mesh and who's deserving of more minutes because you're shortening your bench. But I thought Moran eventually, once we started trying people, I thought that was the best mix for that line. And then with Lane and Roberto, we kind of mixing and matching after that.
I think both teams had leads twice that they lost, so maybe it's a little justice in the end, but a little credit the fortitude of both teams to keep battling back, it seemed like, in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we get up early. It might have been the worst thing that happened to us, score that early. I think we kind of thought it might be easy, and then they had some chances, really. They could have, like I said, 3 or 4 in the first period. But again, we've had a resolve all year when we get down, and we battle back and tie it, and go down, and tie it, and we go up, and they tie it. So it was a seesaw game, and like I said, probably justice that both teams got a point.
After not too many shots in the opening minutes of last night's game, you said scoring early tonight almost kind of hurt you guys. Was that something you talked about coming in and getting right on the board early?
Well, you always like to get on the board early. It's easier said than done. And it just, one of that I thought happened on that first goal. Jack did a great job driving wide and then pulling up and finding Danny. Something that, you know, he needs to continue to do. And you know, his speed is so threatening that he pushes people back, and he's going to create a lot of time and space for himself when he pulls up like that. So it was a great play by Jack, and Danny had a great night, obviously, with his 2 goals. And his fourth goal was a great goal, a great feed by Jack to Danny. But you always want to get up early, and it was nice to get that first one, but looking back, as crazy as it sounds, I don't know if you want to score 20+ seconds into the game, because, like I said, I think, you know, all of a sudden we thought this was going to be easy, and we all know that it wasn't going to be easy.
Anything else? Let's go to the next.